The absolute stupidest take of 2021 is already in, and surprise, guess who has it? Plus, it's Whisker Wednesday. I got some cute animals to introduce to you. All of that and a whole lot more right now on Barry on Deck. Lego.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021. It is episode 187 of the show. And god damn it, I'm in a good ass mood. I mean, I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I got some sleep. But there are so many reasons why I'm in a wonderful mood today. And I hope your day is going well. I hope your week is going well. I'm in a great mood because I finally ate. I finally had some food. We're going to talk about my experience doing my first fast. We're going to get to that, I promise. I'm in a good mood because of what you see behind me. We're going to talk about that as well. What is game over? I don't know what that means. So we're going to get into all of that. I promise you, all of that and a whole lot more. But until we do, let's first start off, as we always do, with the chat. And congratulations, back on top on the mountain, the Reverend Lord Chris Householder III, one of our 3 chat moderators on YouTube here, along with Luis Zelaya and Jeremy Benninger. Reverend Lord Chris Householder III, back on top. Good times streaming with him last night on Call of Duty and Among Us, along with KDPK and Kiki Maroon and Harpy and Suntran. And it's good to see House back. He gets a lot of hate. And, you know, at first I was here for it. Now I'm starting to be Team House because fuck you guys for being so mean to him all the time. But he was first in. He got the first super chat in. So basically House told the rest of you raggedy bitches to suck it, is what he said. I mean, in no uncertain terms, he said suck it. So here we are, preparing for you to suck it, right? I guess, maybe. All right. Let's get to the rest of the chat. Shall we? Who was second? Uzi. Steven the weather guy was second. Good for you, buddy. Justin Swinford was third. Third gets the treasure chest. What's groovy, gang? John Dory in the building. What's up to you, fam? Who else? Keith Sager is here. Jeff Bell. Wow. Barry's early. Impressive. What? Yeah. 201. That's sad that's early now. Fuck me. That's so sad. Richard Bales is in the building. Sandoval in H-Town is here. Donna, my sweet Donna, how are you, sweetie? I like that she spelled boys and girls with Z's because she's gangsta as fuck. Katie is in the building. Had a good time streaming with him last night. Here's Steven the weather guy's forecast for the day. Current conditions at BiffNet World Headquarters, 68 degrees. Dew point 51 degrees. Partly cloudy skies. 50% chance Oliver becomes the star of the big game watch party. I mean, it's probable. It's very probable. Let's be real. It's going to happen. SVG is in the building. Rick C is here. D-Mata is here. Matt Poche. Stephen Luther is in the building. What's up, PK? Also killed it last night on Among Us. Uriel Villanueva. What's up, dog? I'm glad that you rooted for House. Good for you. Francisco Abarca is here. Jen. Hi, sweet Jen. By the way, guys, shouts out and thoughts and prayers to Jen. Going through some shit. I'm going to need some positive vibes for the heart and soul of Barry on Deck. Jen, we love you. We're here for you. Billy Keller's in the building. Joe Pro is here. PayPal Pete, Aaron Little, Robert, Sylvia still killing it in the comments. Walt, Alan Denson, Jesus, what up? My brother-in-law Ray, Marcia, Christopher Reyes. Welcome back, you raggedy bitch. It's good to see your stupid face here again. Happy to have you back. Who else? Oh, well, Josh Fernandez gracing us with his presence. I'll be damned. Boy, the gang's all here. My co-host for tonight's Food of Ages, John Westling, is in the building. We're already working on the show. We're going to announce it tonight on the show because I suspect there are a few people that watch that don't watch this at some point or other. Well, yeah, Mike Liebeschock is on hiatus for the time being. And this is a personal thing. It's not between us or anything like that. He said, family's good and everything, but he just needs some time off. And so I want to give him that time off, and he's going to take that time off, and he needs that time off. And filling in will be John Westling until Shock comes back. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 6 months. We don't know. But whatever Shock needs to do, we're here for him. Food of Ages will still be here. But in the meantime, you're in good hands because John Westling is going to fill in and run the show and be amazing like he always is. So good times ahead on Food of Ages. Thank you guys for showing love to Jen. It's needed. He called your name Robert. I didn't say Robert. Did I say Robert? Did I say Robert? I guess I did. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, listen. I'm in a good mood for several reasons. Not even this raggedy ass microphone can upset me today. I mean, it might, but y'all want to know the first reason I'm in a good mood? It's not even the fast thing. It's not. Yesterday after the show, I don't know why I keep doing that. Stop doing that, Barry. Yesterday after the show, I left here. John said, he's overqualified for Food of Ages because unlike me, he's eaten more than once in the last 3 days. We're going to get to the fast. But first, I got to tell you why my heart is full. Why? I'm not going to cry, but this was a big deal to me. So as you guys know, I talked about the fact that I'm looking for video games, right? That I don't even know where that thing that I made went. I guess I deleted it. I should have done that. Nonetheless, I am trying to get together PS4 games. I'm donating my PS4 to Bay Area Turning Point so that the kids that visit that shelter who are victims or parents are victims of domestic and sexual violence have something to do to take their mind off of their troubles. So my goal was, look, I got this PS4. I'm not going to use it. I'm lucky enough to have this PS5. I got to fix flex cam, by the way, because of that. You got to flex on that PS5 every once in a while. Oh, shit. It's fancy. So I'm donating, but I don't have a lot of games. Most of my games are digital downloads, so I don't have a lot of discs. So I asked you guys to help me with just a few PS4 games. That's all I wanted. Just all I wanted was just send me some PS4 games. This is what I picked up last night at the Barry on Deck P.O. Box. Would you look? Would you look? Look at this. Amazing. Absolutely amazing, you guys. You fucking guys are awesome. I want to acknowledge the people that donated. I'm going to bring these over here. Yeah, I want to just start acknowledging something. By the way, I ended up getting two beanies sent back to me. So one of them is Fidel. Fidel, if you're watching, which I haven't seen Fidel in a while, but if you're watching, I'll resend this. And unfortunately, Luis Zelaya, yours got sent back. But do you guys remember when everyone made fun of me for the wrong postage? Yeah, well, imagine that. How many of you got your beanies? Because I sent them all just like this. But for some reason, the post office felt the need to go, oh, that's not enough postage. So fuck the post office. I'm still in a good mood. This is from Christopher Pelk. And this is a full-ass Xbox 360 that he tested before he sent it. So this works. So now not only do we have a PS4 to donate to these kids, we have an Xbox 360. Christopher, goddamn it, thank you so much, buddy. That is amazing. This is from Alan Denson. I feel like this is games. I haven't opened it yet. I don't want to bore you guys with the openings, but Alan Denson, dude, thank you. And Christopher Pelk, thank you. Let me get the rest of them. Hold on. Oh, it's so much. Irma Gerd. I'm trying to make sure I don't put any addresses on there. And this, so not only do we have a PS4, and not only do we have an Xbox 360, Christopher Pelk also sent a fucking Wii. I don't want to show his info. He sent the Wii. Dude. Mr. Pelk. You are the fucking man, my friend. This is from Jibby John. It is one of 2 packages that Jibby John sent. So we've got this one. No, Alan, don't say. I'm saying it's games. That's why some of these are like actual systems. And then this, how dare you apologize, Alan Denson? You are a fool. And this is also from Christopher Pelk. I don't know what that is. I really do want to unbox them, but I don't want to be like hogging the show here. But Alan Denson, Christopher Pelk, Jibby John, thank you. You have no idea the joy that you're going to bring some kids that really need it. And God, I just can't thank you enough for making this a reality. Amazing. Really. It's absolutely amazing. We've got 2 new systems, at least 3 now. Amazing. You guys are the best. Seriously. So we've got a PS4, Xbox 360, and a Wii U. So dope. So dope. And who knows what else is in there? Who knows what other games and stuff is in there, man? You guys are the best. I'm going to unbox it. I'll take pictures. I'll put it up on the Discord and on the Barry on Deck Facebook page. But that's why I'm so happy. Can you believe this? You know, a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to send you some games, and then people don't because life happens and they get busy. And I get it. I understand that. But these guys took the time to actually get this shit out of storage, test it, make sure it works, and then send it to me on their dime. I didn't have to pay postage on this. These guys covered it. That is the generosity and the spirit of the Deckheads and the Deckhead community. It's unbelievable. So there's nothing you chatters can say or do to me today that's going to put me in a foul mood, because God damn it, we are going to make the lives of some kids that need a little joy so much better. And I am so thankful for it. This is awesome. Richard Vale says, let me know when you need Xbox One games. I have quite a few. I will. If we get an Xbox One, I will let you know. 100% I will let you know. Oh my God, they're going to be ecstatic, Jen. 3 gaming systems now for them, at least. And I want to say there's another one, because some of these are light. Like this one is light. I think that's games. But some of these are heavy. Like there's one more system in there. I don't know. We're going to find out. I'll post it all. This is just fucking amazing. Rev said, Barry, bringing games, Wii, and TV the weekend of the 13th, or do I need to bring it this weekend? No. You don't need to bring it this weekend. I'm not going down there right away. I'm going to get all this figured out and, make sure everything works, because it might have been damaged in shipping. I'm not saying you guys shipped it damaged, just the fucking post office. They can't even ship a beanie. So I'll let you know, House. But that is so dope. House is donating games, a Wii, and a TV. So they got the gaming system, and it's like, well, now what do you do for TVs? And I was actually thinking about, if they didn't have TVs, to go down to Best Buy or Walmart or Sam's and just buy a couple of cheap LCD screens for these kids to play on. So I'm not above doing that, but House is going to donate a TV. How fucking cool is that? You guys are the best, man. I love this fucking community. I love this family that we've built. Y'all are amazing, amazing people. Okay. Before we get to the sports headlines and Whisker Wednesday, I do want to talk for a minute about fast. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I didn't. Jen was coaching me. She's like, Barry, you can do this. The first 24 hours are the worst. If you get past that, you're good to go. It's going to be easy. And I was like, man, I get hungry quick. I get hungry super easy. This is going to be, I hate being hungry. This is, Sunday at 7 p.m., I finished my last meal. It was Chinese food. It was a lot of Chinese food, but it's Chinese food. It was so much food. I woke up at 2:10. I walk around at about 2:05. So, maybe 2:06. I might have been getting a little heavier. But I woke up Monday morning at 2:10. Now, I didn't eat all day Monday. So from 7 to 7 and then going to bed. I didn't eat all day Tuesday. So at 7 o'clock Tuesday, yesterday, it was a 48-hour fast. At 7 a.m. this morning, I was on 60 hours, right? Yes. I finally ate at noon today. I had 4 fried eggs and 8 pieces of bacon, but they shrunk to be so small. I mean, all told, the meal was 800 calories. No carbs, eggs, protein and fat, bacon and eggs. That was it. That's all I had. 8 pieces, but they, like I said, they shrunk. Don't make it to be some, oh my God, you had 8. It's fucking bacon. It ain't that big. And I think 2 pieces of bacon, according to the pack, is 100 calories. So, and 1 egg is 100 calories. No big deal. So how did it go? You guys, it was so much easier than I thought it would be. I'm not going to say it was super easy. There were moments when my stomach growled, but I just drank water. It filled it up. It calmed it down. It didn't make me feel hungry. I told Jen, I drank more water in the last 3 days than I probably did all of January. No lie. I probably drank more water in February so far than I did all of January. So what was the results? Well, I forgot to mention, yesterday I told you guys, Nora and I plan on working out 3 times a week, and it was going to be on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I went running yesterday. I went and picked up this stuff, went to the grocery store, bought a bunch of proteins and meats and stuff for a keto diet, got home, put on my running shoes, talked to Joel Blank for about 10 minutes, went for a run. 2 miles. 10 and a half minutes a mile. Kind of slow. I'm used to being an under 10 guy, but listen, I hadn't ran in forever. So I was proud of that. 2 miles. I'm sore already. I'm going to be worse tomorrow. But I got my 2 miles in. I got my 65 hours of fasting in. I woke up this morning, and right before I ate, I weighed myself. I weighed 202. 202. So even if I was walking around at 205, 206, 202. That's fucking crazy. I haven't been this close to 190, to the 199s or 190s in fucking forever. I lost 8 pounds fasting in 3 days. Now, some of it was water weight and food and all that bullshit. I get it. Wow. Pretty cool. So, at the end of the day, I'm energized. I have good, I feel good. I don't feel bad. I admit when I ate today, I was like, oh, shit. And, boy, I'm going to tell you right now, Pingo Katie was right. That swerve or whatever the fuck it was called, you can't eat too much of that. You will pee out your butthole. I know that's gross. That was just, boy, just a warning. Well, I'm much dumber now because I shit my brains out yesterday. So I'm just telling you, be careful on the fake sugars. But I've been drinking water. I'm not going to eat again. So now I think what I'm going to do is, I bought some stevia packets for my coffee because I'm like, fuck that swerve shit. I'll be duking all over the goddamn house. I don't think so. Al said that shit'll make you shit soup. Bruh. Oh my God. I was like, I can't do this no more. So I bought some stevia, and I might buy some monk fruit because Tony said monk fruit. Now Jen had said monk fruit. Maybe I'll try that. Just for my coffee, though. But I'm still drinking my water. I'm going to run tomorrow. But I feel good. I really feel good. I couldn't believe it. So don't give up hope, guys. Try something different. The goal is to be a sexy 170. That's the goal. No, it didn't. PK said, moderation. Girl, I was fucking shoveling that shit in my coffee. I was like, I need this bitch sweet. I hadn't eaten in forever. And then like 2 hours later, I was like, y'all ever know that scene in Dumb and Dumber? When he's just like, his knees are up. He's just like, oh. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I thought this is where I'm headed. I'm going to be an outtake from Dumb and Dumber here in just a second. But we're good. We're good. That may be why I lost all that weight. All right. We've got to get to, we have a lot to get to today on the show. A whole lot. We're going to talk about the stupidest take in the world for 2021, given out by none other than Stephen A. Smith. We're going to talk a little bit about the history of Black History Month. Obviously, it's Whisker Wednesday, so we have all of that and more. I didn't say thank you to the Reverend for a super chat, so if I didn't, I apologize. Thank you for your super chat, Reverend. But let's get right into Whisker Wednesday. Whatever, I missed it. So here is Rebel. By the way, if you don't know, Whisker Wednesday is brought to you by Special Pals. Special Pals is open Wednesday through Sunday. Easy to get to. They're open from 12 to 4 p.m. for adoptions. All the dogs and cats that you adopt from Special Pals come fully vaccinated, microchipped, spayed or neutered, and up to date on their flea and heartworm prevention. It is literally one-stop shop. You go in, you find the dog or cat of your dreams. You go, you leave, and they're all taken care of and ready to go home. Visit specialpals.org to see all of their adoptable animals and learn how you can help not just these animals, but the shelter itself, because they do great things out there. So here's your first one. Oh my God, look at Rebel. House already said, I want Rebel. Well, go get Rebel. Rebel is a beautiful cattle dog mix. She was picked up off the streets by a volunteer. She's been a model resident at Special Pals, so she's well behaved, about 3 years old, weighs about 44 pounds. PK said she's such a babe. We don't know what life she was like for her before, but she's ready for a fresh start. So you guys, if you're looking for a sweetie, go check out Rebel. Go to Special Pals. It's super easy. Just log on. Specialpals.org is the address. You log on, you can get directions to their site. You can, or to the shelter. Like I said, all of the dogs and cats you adopt, vaccinated, microchipped, spayed or neutered, flea and heartworm prevention, all of it taken care of for you. So you know Rebel's going to be ready to go home and get some love and be a good girl. Who's a good girl? Rebel's a good girl. Yeah. How she does, she reminded me a little bit of Callie when I saw her. I was like, oh shit, okay, this is like just a different version on the color scale of Callie. You could call her Sticks. You could have Callie and Sticks. Huh? House, go do it, buddy. Go adopt Rebel right now. And this is Simba. Oh my God, look at Simba. Huh? Simba is an amazing 8-year-old chocolate Siamese kitty. He was transferred from a partner shelter in Livingston and given a second chance over at Special Pals. All the ladies love his big blue eyes. He is a very chill dude. Simba looks super cute. Super cute. You guys, if you want to adopt Simba, cats need love too. Get out to Special Pals, specialpals.org. I've told you all about them. They're great. 12 to 4, Wednesday through Sunday. Just log on, specialpals.org. Go adopt Simba or Rebel or both. You know what? Dogs and cats need homes together. They can live in perfect harmony. Ebony and... Okay. Go do it. There's nothing wrong with adopting a dog and a cat at the same time. You should absolutely do that. Rebel and Simba. Sounds like a ska band. All right. Let's get to the sports. Is that everything I had? Oh, no. I wanted to talk about this. It's not really sports. It's kind of entertainment, but I'm going to lump it into what we're talking about today, just kind of show updates. Oh, look. Justin Swinford said, I had a Siamese named Zimba. For 15 years, she looked just like him. Justin, that's called destiny. That's called fate. I mean, it's called Simba, but it's called get your ass out to Special Pals and go get Simba. Like, come on, dog. What are you waiting on? Mimi said dogs and cats living together is mass hysteria. I mean. You're going to see a video at the break. By the way, all of the videos for today's break are courtesy of Penguin Katie. She found them all for me. One of them is one of my favorites where there's a dog's tail whooping on a kitten's face. Don't tell me dogs and cats can't get along. It's the cutest shit ever. Matt's like, no, thank you. 3 dogs in my house is plenty. Does that include you? Yo, dog. Oh, oh. All right. I'll shut up now. I did want to talk about this. Yes, more animal vids. We're doing it every Wednesday now. Every Wednesday during the break, I want to have a 5-minute break of nothing but animal vids because it's Whisker Wednesday. We have to do it that way. That's just how it has to go. All right, so I did want to talk about this because if you guys didn't hear, if you're not on the Discord server, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has been canceled. You know, they thought they were doing the right thing by postponing it until May, and now you guys see why I can't do a 1-year anniversary party. Because, I mean, if they're canceling the rodeo in May, well, we damn sure can't have a Barry on Deck 1-year anniversary party. But they are canceling the rodeo, and it is sad to see because it is a staple. It is a staple here in the Houston area. So for those of you that are maybe watching and are not from the Houston area, mourn with us as we lose our beloved rodeo for yet another year. Here was the statement that they released. While we're optimistic that moving our rodeo to May would provide a better opportunity to host our annual community event that rodeo fans have come to love and expect, unfortunately, it has become evident that the current health situation has not improved to the degree necessary to host our event. That is Chris Bowman, president and CEO of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, talking. He said, while this is an extremely heartbreaking decision for our rodeo volunteers and the larger rodeo community, we believe this decision is in the best interest of the health and well-being of our community. So it sucks. Sad news. Sad news. Yeah, Q-Child. Q-Child says 2 years straight, no rodeo. It's almost unthinkable in this city. It's almost unheard of. It's the equivalent of what we talked about the other day. It's no Mardi Gras in New Orleans. No rodeo in Houston is like no Mardi Gras in New Orleans. It's like not having a Boston Marathon. It's like not having... I don't know. What do other cities have? I don't know. What do they do in Kansas City? It's like not having fucking barbecue rib day. I don't know what they do. What does LA shoot an unarmed African American? Like, I don't know what they do out there. Fucking, I don't know what other cities do. Here's the thing about the rodeo that I don't understand, and something stood out to me here. Oh, it's just like not having a Super Bowl. True. Here's something that stood out to me. Listen, sometimes you have to make a political statement when people don't expect it, House. Okay? Sometimes you just have to make a political statement when people least expect it. That's what makes it good is no one knows, oh, he's about to get political. You just throw it out there. You just throw it out there. And then they go, oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot. That does happen on a daily basis in this country. How fucking sad. See, you got to slip them in there. They're like jabs. You don't see it coming. Pow! Yeah. LAPD, terrible. Okay, so I won't go into details. I promise. I won't ruin the mood here. One of the things, though, that I was thinking about, and I don't know, maybe I'm uneducated. Some of you know a lot more about the rodeo than me. Some of you know a ton more about the rodeo than I do. I'm not a big rodeo guy. I don't usually go every year. A lot of times, Nora and I will go to like the festival or the food, not the festival, the fair, the food thing, and just eat until we're fat and bloated and then go home. We'll do that with my sister-in-law, Nancy. But we don't like go to the rodeo and watch the barrel races. I mean, I've done it before, but it's not like something we do every year. What I don't understand is the rodeo is a huge moneymaker, is it not? Let's just start with answering me that question, chat. Is the rodeo a huge moneymaker? Yes or no? I kind of know the answer. Yes, the answer is yes, chat. The rodeo is a huge moneymaker. Why then do they rely so heavily on volunteers? Can you not pay some of these people? Can you not be so cheap, rodeo, that you want all of this free labor? Am I out of bounds on this, guys? But when I read that, and I read where they say, oh, all of our volunteers, and then I think, I wonder how much Chris Bowman makes as the president and CEO of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. I wonder how much he makes versus the work that all the volunteers do to actually make the rodeo happen. Let's be real. The volunteers are the heart and soul of the rodeo. Outside of the people going, paying shit tons of money. I mean, it seems like a cash cow. And it's crazy, Donna. I know, that's insane. People actually wait on a list to be a volunteer. It's insane. Look, there's nothing wrong with volunteering and helping, and there are a certain amount of jobs at every position that's going to be an internship or unpaid or whatever. We have them in row. But my God, that's a lot of free labor. $27,000. It's considered an honor to work for free? Maybe I'm just stupid, you guys. Maybe I'm dumb. That does not compute with me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Why? Rodeo is hard to get into to volunteer. It's a huge clout thing. I don't get it. How many of y'all are volunteers? How many of y'all are out there helping the rodeo make all that money? There's a difference, right? Like, look, Jen doesn't draw a salary from Barry on Deck, but neither does Barry of the On Deck, right? Like, if this show is making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month or a year, of course I'd be paying Jen. Of course I would. She's going to be the first person to get paid before me. So Sylvia volunteers. Donna volunteers. Christopher Mina, which, by the way, Christopher Mina, it's good to see you back. I volunteered to cook off. Donna says you actually work your ass off. Rev said Jen does the Barry on Deck stuff for clout like rodeo. Look, there's levels to volunteering, right? There's levels to it. I just feel like if something like the rodeo, you can't break everybody off a hundo. You can't break everybody off $100 a week. Come on, fam. Let me see how much. I'm going to Google this. Y'all, how much does the Rodeo King, the Rodeo Houston, it should be Rodeo Houston, not the Rodeo Houston, make a year? Let's just see. Let's just see what the income is. Oh my God. So they actually put all the stuff out here. Watch them be like, we're a nonprofit. That's a lot of goddamn profit. Let me share this. I think you guys some of you may have seen this already, but let me share this here. Hold on. And I'm going to put it on FlexCam too. Oh, I didn't get to FlexCam in time. Hold on. I like to put it on FlexCam and then go. So now you can see. Here it is. You guys can see this, right? Yeah. Here's your financial highlights. Combined entities, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and the Educational Fund. Oh, how slick that they would roll in the Educational Fund, right? Operating revenue in 2019 was $160 million. Folks, do you understand that that's in what, a month, 3 weeks? How long is the fucking rodeo? 3 weeks? 3 weeks, they bring in $160 million. Their program expenses are $121 million. Their general and administrative costs are $13.9, $14 million on general and administrative costs. Do you know what that means? That CEO that released that statement? Oh, yeah, that's these folks right here. $20 million on scholarships and grants. Of the $160 million that they make, $20 million of it goes to scholarships and grants. Almost as much goes to raising funds Actually, more of it goes to raising funds and paying administrative and general overhead. Whew. Their total operating expenses are $146 million. So they're netting out what does it say? Oh, changes in assets from operations, other income expenses. Yeah, investment gains and losses. So they're investing some of their money, changes in net assets beginning a period, net assets at the end. So they're worth $319 million. They're bringing in $160 in revenue. Jesus. So now you understand while I ask what might seem like a shitty question to ask, which might seem like, well, you're just being a dick. Really? They're bringing in $160 million. They're giving 20 of it in scholarships, but they're paying general and administrative costs. So the people they do pay, they're shelling out 20 mil. So let's just go off of operating expenses per year and what they net. They netted $14 million in 2019. They netted $14 million. So let's just say they sock away 4 of that for later, right? They're gonna save that 4 million. So let's just operate on 10 million divided by 27,000 volunteers. You could pay each person $370. You could pay each person $120 a week. That is nothing, but it's something. And you'd still have 4 million left to roll over into next year. Yeah, look how much they pay the performers. They ain't doing that shit for free. Oh, man, that's crazy. No, and I do agree, House. As long as people are like, I'll do it for free. Like, I don't know why you would. Now, they showed like 2020, and so, you know, to be fair about it all, 2020, let's be real, they only made 81 million in 2020. They didn't make, so half, the revenue was cut in half. Their program expenses were still a lot. Scholarship grants they still gave out, so props to them for that. Oh, general and administrative expenses went up. Fundraising went down. And they ended up with 112 million in operating expenses, over 81 million in operating revenue. So not a good year. They lost 31 million because of the pandemic, and they're probably going to lose it again. Amos said 120 million is an insult. I'd rather just volunteer. Is that true? Shit, I'll take the 120. Just $370. Now, what if it wasn't 120 a week? It was just a check at the end for $350. Like Amos, they're like, hey, Amos, you did a great job. Thanks for watching this tent, staring at this barricade. Here's $350. You would take that. I would take that. I would take that. Oh, that's right. It was only a week long because of COVID. In fact, I recall we shot a, what's it called? A Houston sports show there. Katie said, come sit next to me and talk about general and admin fees. It's so much more than salaries. Oh, I understand. I'll trust me. I'm going to get my fill of that, learning about all that when it comes to the nonprofit that we're going to start up this month. I'm supposed to do it in February. Shit, Steven, the weather guy. We got to get rolling. Actually, I think I'm doing it with Christopher Jones. I got 2 lawyers that are willing to help. I got to figure out who to do it with. But yeah, I know there's more to it than that. Incarnate said, hold up. Don't JB, House, and Louise Zelaya moderate for free? Pay them. Sorry, but it's all going to overhead and general and administrative fees. I told you. Yeah, 80 million in 1 week. When this show makes money, the people that work for this show will make money. Moderators never get paid on the internet. What are you talking about, by the way? Motherfuckers moderate shit. Just nobody ever pays a moderator. If you did, I wouldn't have moderators because I've made 99 cents today. You guys think I'm fucking paying? House, I'm going to give you 10 of your 99 cents that you paid. that you sent to me. I'm going to send you 10 back for being a moderator. I don't know. What do you want me to do? This is a weird system we're operating under, okay? I'm not making 160 million. I'm not making 160,000. I'm not making 1,600 in 3 weeks. So shut up, Incarnate. Donna said a nice Christmas bonus would be outstanding. What am I going to pay you with? Don't make me pull up the Barry bank account and shame the shit out of all of y'all. In fact, I had to, well, never mind. I'm not going into it. They want House ask for health benefits or go on strike. Strike, bitch. I can cancel motherfuckers in the chat. Trust me. Our moderator goes on strike. Trust me. Yeah, and don't forget, YouTube gets 30% of that 99 cents. God damn it. 40 actually, Q. 40. They get 40%. So I got 60 cents I'm working with. So enjoy your 2 pennies, House. Oh, that's good shit. All right, let's get to some sports. This is not going to be a very sportsy day, but we do have some sports to discuss, and then I'm going to shit all over Stephen A. Smith for a minute because he's a dumbass. Here's your sports headlines. 2 NFL executives say the Texans have told them they're not moving Deshaun Watson, so everyone can quit asking. It's pretty crazy. Rumors have that J.J. Watt and Whitney Merciless have been linked to trades with the Giants, so there's that as well. The reports are that the Falcons don't plan to trade their superstars, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. So all these rumors are coming out that everybody's getting traded. And then I think cooler heads are prevailing or, maybe not. We'll find out. It's hard to believe all this. You just got to go off what's reported. Ryan Fitzpatrick says he wants to keep playing. I mean, look, there are some teams out there that would be an upgrade. AR Platinum with the dickhead super chat. He said, "Hey, here's $1.20." Oh, that's hilarious. Reverend said, "Barry, I just want you to tell me to time out someone wants a show. That's my fee." Okay. Let's see. Who do I want to time out? You know what? You know who started this insurrection? Incarnate. Time him out for 5 minutes, House. Have at it. Have fun. Go to town, House. Go to town. Incarnate won for starting an insurrection. Your ass is getting a 5-minute nap. Nighty-night, bitch. Donna said, "I saw that JJ wants to be released, not traded." Ooh. Now that would be interesting. Yeah, because then he would get to choose where he goes. He doesn't want to just be traded, but there's no way they do that. If you have an asset like JJ Watt, there's no way you don't trade him and get something in return. That would be foolish. That would be absolutely stupid. Joe Pro, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He said, just because that .99 super chat looks sad as hell. Thank you, my friend. Always appreciated. Justin said, "I've never been in timeout." Well, that can be arranged. That could be arranged. TDP got timed out yesterday. Oh, good. Incarnate one's on timeout. See? There you go. Paid up. Paid in full. We're even. Back to the sports headlines. Courtside Karen had to come out and issue an apology. She thought she was being cute. By the way, watch out. That alcohol is a hell of a drug. It gets you saying shit you regret at courtside. So she came out and issued an apology because I bet you she thought, I'm going to go viral and then like my YouTube and my Instagram is going to take off and everybody's going to love me. I don't know why she sounds like Trey. And then everybody's like, "You're a dumb bitch." And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." And that's how that went. Chris Archer has signed a 1-year deal with the Tampa Bay Rays. So he's back. And Nelson Cruz signed a 1-year deal with the Twins. Now, how old is Nelson Cruz? He's got to be 107. I feel like Nelson Cruz is at least 42. Let's see. Nelson Cruz. How old is Nelson Cruz? The Nail Dog. He's 40. Okay, I thought he was 42. Born in 1980. Thought he was 42. Still old. Still had good numbers last year. 56 hits, 33 runs, and 185 at-bats. Hit 303 for the Twins. Not bad. Still doing it. All right, so let's talk about this. Yeah, he does feel like he's been playing forever. He really does. And I do agree with that, Tony. Courtside care, not hot. Raven wants to know, is JJ going to get some of that Deshaun Harden hate? No. No. Not at all. And I heard, so yesterday, when I got out of the house, I decided to do some due diligence and just listen to sports talk radio. I listened to Sterner and the Show on my way to the UPS store. And then I listened to Adam Wexler and Adam Clanton on my way home. No comment on either. But one of the things that they were discussing on Sterner and the Show was, should you trade JJ to a contender or to anybody that'll give you the most in return, be it draft capital or players? No, I didn't learn about Arkansas milk, man. And they were all in agreement that the fans would want him to go to a contender, or to be treated great, and that they shouldn't do that, and that the Texans won't do that. That the Texans will be smart enough to try to get as much as they can for him. But they all agreed that he was gone. Or both of them agreed. And I don't know what you guys think, but I think there's a better than average chance that he doesn't go anywhere. I mean, he may want out, and Deshaun may want out, but unless they're going to get an absolute coup, an absolute fucking haul of draft picks and young talent, they're not trading these guys. And they don't have to. And look, when it comes to the Deshaun Watson trade, something that we keep forgetting is, do you understand the cap hit that will be incurred by the Texans if they trade Deshaun Watson this year? That's something that a lot of us, we talk about all these trades, and maybe the reason they're digging their heels in is because they don't want to fade that cap hit. They're already $17 million or so over the cap. So I think we need to keep that in mind as we look at, is it going to be worth it? Are you going to take the hit and just suck this year and be over the cap and pay the luxury tax and whatever? It's got to be a good haul. It's got to be a good haul. But as far as the fan base goes, I think they want to see the team do right by JJ. But I also think that they don't want to see JJ go. I think they want JJ to retire a Texan. If you polled, I'm asking you guys in the chat, if you had your choice, would you want to see JJ retire a Texan, or would you want to see him traded or released this year? I mean, me personally, for what he's done for this city and the team, I'd like to see him be a Texan. I don't want to see an Andre Johnson scenario or a Hakeem Olajuwon scenario. He was too important to this team. I think what you try to do is you say, hey, JJ, we're going to try to fix this, bud. Hey, Deshaun, we're going to try to fix this. This is new stuff here. You know, I think you have to try to do that. Katie said, how is this any different than what Harden pulled? JJ didn't pull anything. I haven't seen anything come out that JJ wants to be traded, other than what Donna said, that he wants to be released. Wow, now Donna's saying the organization stated they're willing to satisfy his request to be released out of respect. Really? Interesting. That's interesting. I think it comes down to, and you gotta know so let's operate under the assumption that Donna's right. I haven't seen anything about it. I'll Google it at the break and see if I can find a source. But for the sake of argument, let's just operate under the assumption that JJ Watt wants to be released so he can pick a team to go play with. I think the Texans are foolish if they do it, even if they're saying, "Oh, out of respect for what he's done, we're gonna accommodate him." Katie wants to know what's the difference between what Harden pulled and what JJ is doing. You ask this every time, Katie. Literally every time. I don't know. I don't know if you sprinkle Harden's nuts on your cereal in the morning, but my God, dude, you gotta let it go. The big difference, KD, the big difference is JJ didn't quit on this fucking team. JJ didn't quit on his team. He didn't quit on the city. He didn't talk shit. He said, those guys quit on me. And they did. And he still went out there and gave 100%, showed up in shape, worked his ass off in practice, was a good teammate, even when the guys around him didn't give a fuck because it was a terrible team. So if you want to know what the difference is Harden said, fuck all this. I'm done. I'm going to play like shit. I'm going to cost you guys wins in the regular season. I'm going to show up fat. I'm not going to give a fuck. I'm going to be a cancer in the locker room and in post-game pressers. I'm going to throw balls at rookies. I'm going to do all that because fuck this team. That's the difference. JJ didn't do that. In fact, JJ did the opposite. JJ took to the podium and said, we have got to try to be better. I don't care if we have a losing record. We need to be professional out there, which is the exact opposite of what Harden was. So, KD, your answer is, what's the difference? Everything. Everything is the difference. The way that those two handled themselves, completely fucking different. Now, had Harden done the same thing, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. But as long as I'm here, I'm going to give everything I have to help this team win. I'm going to be a good teammate. I'm going to be a good corporate citizen. I'm going to be a good Houstonian. As long as I'm here. What do you mean I'm out here disrespecting people without a second thought? You don't think I think about this shit? It's just not, I don't know, man. I'm just saying me personally. Ray said all this stuff is hurting. Katie knows I'm fucking with him about the balls on the stereo part. Y'all should hear how we talk to each other, all 3 or 4 or 5 of us during Call of Duty. Katie didn't take that personal. And if he did, he's sensitive today. And we all get sensitive, so that's fine. Now, I'm going to disagree with you on this, Josh. I do disagree with you here. Yeah, that's called busting balls. Y'all don't mind when I do that to White Magic, but when I do it to KD, y'all now all of a sudden everybody's gonna be, oh no, fam, we all know. Let me disagree with you here, Josh. The difference is that Harden, so Josh said the difference is Harden never played 1 minute with any heart. JJ played every single minute of his career with 100% heart. I disagree with you. I think there were moments in time. I think there was times when James Harden was committed to trying to win a championship for the Houston Rockets. But he had to be shamed into his hustle. He had to be shamed into it, but he still did it. If you recall, remember right after the Kardashian curse, he showed up in shape. He gave it his all. I think that was the year they got to the Western Conference Finals with Dwight. So look, Harden had his moments. And it wasn't that he wasn't trying. It's that when he was done, he acted completely unprofessional, and that's the difference. JJ, up until that last game, was giving it his all on the field and in practice. That's the big difference. Wallace said, it's cool. You're good at making people laugh. You should try that for a living. Justin said, hard nut Cheerios. Part was somewhat balanced breakfast. Oh my God. Katie is light skinned. I mean, thin skinned. House out here being racist. That's great. I do like that y'all came to Katie's defense because, in all honesty, if I'm being real, when he's not filleting James Harden, he is one of the nicest deckheads that exists. So he's a good Christian boy with good values. He just can't stop filleting James Harden. Other than that, please don't attack him. He's a good and decent human. Now, House, on the other hand, to borrow a phrase from him. All right, let's get to a break. We're going to take a 5-minute break. When we come back, we do have more sports because we still need to talk about, Stephen A. Smith and his stupid ass take. Hey, thank you, LFG Media. That shit was fun last night. I had a good time. It was a clusterfuck, but in a fun way. So yeah, if you didn't check out the Among Us stream, go check it out. It's cool. Twitch.tv/Barry is funny right there. That's good times. Okay, let's get to this break. When we come back, I will, Incarnate. I'm going to open the packages during the break. When we come back, we're going to talk Stephen A. Smith and his stupid fucking take about women fighting in the octagon. We're going to talk a little bit. I've got the Madden. They simulated the Super Bowl on Madden. I'll have that. I've got a link to show you Barstool, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I respect the shit out of what they've done. They had a really cool article showing all of the different NCAA football, EA Sports NCAA football covers that would have existed if the game didn't go away. So we'll go over that. Plus, we're going to talk about the history of Black History Month. All of that and more right around the corner on Barry on Deck. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 5 minutes right after this break. Fuck!
Buddy. This week just to be like, hey, just so we're clear, if we're pausing our contract on April 1st, like, we're pausing our contract. We're not going to be creating
Llama, 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 llama.
Hey, welcome back to hour number 2 of Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. KD, you know we love you, man. House has been catching all the shit. I guess it's your turn. Thank you guys for being here for hour number 2. As promised, I opened up the boxes. Holy shit. Holy shit. You guys are fucking amazing. I'm going to share with you all the shit that I opened. But thank you to 713 Hooligan as well. He sent a Venmo. Josh paid $30 and said, it looks like you got plenty of games and systems and even a TV. This is for the HDMI cords and maybe if you need some batteries. God damn it, Josh. You are the man. Dude, thank you. I know you're not now. Hopefully you watch this later, buddy. Thank you so much, man. That's badass. Speaking of that, I'm going to turn on Flex Cam for a second. Those are all Xbox 360 games that Christopher Pelk sent. Look at that. So not only did he send one Xbox 360. Oh, that's got his address on it. Not only did he send an Xbox 360. Don't be a dick and look it up. Oh, no, it had mine. That's good. He also sent this Wii. Oh, shit. And these games. I think I just canceled the stream. And these games. My cup runneth over, people. Did I cancel the stream? Fucking dropping the games. Look at that. That is crazy, Mr. Pelk. Thank you. Oh, my God. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. They got Legend of Zelda, Super Mario 3D World, Super Smash Brothers, and Nintendo Land for the Wii. Dude, just that alone is badass. So that is what Mr. Pelk sent. Oh, snap! Look at that shit. Huh? This is what Alan Denson sent me. You can kind of see it. But Alan Denson and his wife are making these bad boys. It is a Jameson bottle that lights up, and this is going to go absolutely fucking perfect on the shelf back there. Right back there on the liquor shelf. Alan, my dude, I am so excited about this. Check it out. You can even change the colors. I can just make it match. Like if I wanted to make it match the game over, I could do that too. I don't know what is it, pink right now. Oh, let me switch cameras here. It's fucking, look at this. I can go orange. I can go green. I can go blue. That is dope as shit, Alan. It's got a little USB charger, and the secret sauce is it's got a battery pack on the back to run this thing. You put it over there. Dude, that is fucking killer, Alan. You guys, that is boss as shit. I love that. That is fucking dope. I'm so excited. And Nora was just telling me, Nora was literally just saying, Barry, we need to decorate this better. It doesn't look like a studio. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And Alan coming through in the fucking clutch. Now let's talk about Jimmy John coming through in the clutch. So you saw how many Xbox 360 games we had, right? We got this many. I mean, dude, they got Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is one of my favorites. South Park, Assassin's Creed 3, MLB 2K13. All this shit is in here. We had one Xbox 360. And now, thanks to Jimmy John, we have another Xbox 360 and the Kinect to go with it. Unbelievable, man. We got the Kinect. We got a controller that's still in the case. We got the charger. Jimmy John, you the man. Oh my God, I am so thrilled. This is unbelievable, you guys. Unfucking believable. All I asked for was a couple of PS4 games. Holy shit. I'm so excited for these kids, man. Oh my God. I am so excited. Incarnate. Next on Eyewitness News, local GameStop robbed. Nobody knows why. I'm not going to cry, but I kind of want to. You guys are fucking amazing. Jimmy John, thank you, buddy. Christopher Pelk, thank you, buddy. Alan Denson, thank you, buddy. This is so badass. It's like my new favorite thing in the studio. That's fucking so legit. And I know House is good for it. So House, thank you, buddy. And Josh, aka 713 Hooligan, as we start to set this up, he's right. There's going to be cords and cables that we need for this stuff. So thank you, buddy. All of it helps. All of it's appreciated. And you are all just amazing people. I can't believe Christopher Pelt sent 2 game systems, though. That's just crazy talk. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. No, we're good. Okay. Yep. That is so badass. Oh my God, this is so great, you guys. So great. Okay. Thank you all so much for this. Seriously, this is amazing. All right, let's get back to the sports, though, because we do need to talk a little bit about Stephen A. Smith and the idiocy that is his take on women in combat sports. There's Alan, buddy. I was hoping you were here. Man, thank you again, dude. This shit is amazing. I love this fucking thing. Every day I get up and turn on, every day before the show starts, I go over here and I turn on the game over sign, and then I turn on the blue lights, and then I turn on my lights, and now I got one extra light to turn on, and I'm fucking pumped about that. Love it. Because that's what it's like. You got to have lights back there. There's not enough light back here, and I block the cat. I'm so stoked for this, man. All right, Stephen A. Smith. Sorry. I get all gushy. This is what Stephen A. Smith said about women fighting. He said, when I think about pugilistic sports, I don't like seeing women involved in that at all. I just don't like it. It wouldn't promote legislating. I wouldn't promote legislating laws, I wouldn't promote legislating laws to prohibit them from doing so. But I don't want to see women punching each other in the face. I don't want to see women fighting in the octagon and stuff like that, but that's just me. What I would adamantly be against is them fighting men. I don't think that's cool. Plus, you don't ever want to give men license to believe that it's all right to be physical with a woman. To be quite honest with you, you don't want to do that. Basically, what Stephen A. Smith is saying is that he doesn't want to see women in combat sports. And I think if I had the chance to talk to Stephen A. Smith, my question would be, Why? What in your ego as a man makes you think that that's a sport that only men should be allowed to play? What is it that you don't think that women possess the skills or abilities to be able to fight each other in the octagon or in a cage, in MMA or boxing? Is it a brutal sport? Yes, it's still a sport. It's a very old sport. If you go back to the roots of MMA, it goes all the way back to Greece and pancrase and shit like that. And yeah, men were doing it at the time, but that was a different time that we lived in. And need I remind you, and I forget the names of the ladies that fought, but I believe it was last year that fight of the year, consensus fight of the year in MMA was two women. The best fight between two fighters in a fighting sport was two women. So what is it that really bothers you about this, Stephen A. Smith? Is it that you think that it's only a man's sport? Or that women shouldn't possess those skills and physical abilities to be able to do that? I mean, I really want to know. And I know some of this seems like, you're just, No, I want to know, because it's asinine to me that you, in 2021, that anyone would be like, well, I don't want to see women fight. Well, then don't watch it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. But don't come out on the platform that you have and sit there and say, oh, you don't want women to participate in combat sports. Because I want to know why. Hal said, I read this completely different. I didn't read that as him saying they didn't have the skills or weren't as good or etc. I feel like he was saying he doesn't like to see women getting hurt. No, that's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying at all. He's saying he doesn't want women to fight. When I think about pugilistic sports, I don't like seeing women involved in that at all. I just don't like it. Why? That's why I'm asking. Why? Is it that you don't think that they put on a good show? Look, some people don't want to watch WNBA. I don't want to watch the WNBA. I don't think it's a good product. But I'm not going to come out and tell you I don't think women should be playing basketball. I just don't like it. I don't think they should be doing it. I mean, I'm not going to say make a law that says women can't play basketball, but I don't like watching it. It's a thing. And he said, oh, this is personal. Fine. But what's you got to understand, one, the platform that he has, and two, the ambiguity of the statement. Give me the reason and it's not a big deal, but he didn't specify. This is very like, PR 101 shit where you can come out and imply that women shouldn't be boxing and fighting. And then when people start to call you on your idiocy, then you're like, oh, this meant I don't want to see women get hurt. And then guys like House and KD and others in the chat give you a pass. Oh, so we can let that slide in. House is saying he never said skills, but he never said he doesn't want to see them get hit in the face. I don't want to see women fighting in the octagon and stuff like that. I don't want to see women punching each other in the face. Why? You'll watch two dudes punch each other in the face. No, he didn't say I don't want to see women get hit in the face. I don't want to see two women punching each other in the face. That is the whole sport, House. That is the sport. When you fight, you punch each other in the face. It would be different. See, this is the detail of the words here. It would be different if he said, I don't like seeing women get hit, whether it's by a man or a woman. That's a different statement, House. That is a different statement than to come out and say, I don't want to see women fighting in the octagon. I don't want to see women punching each other in the face. It's like saying, I don't want to see women I don't want to see women shooting layups. See, I don't get that. I don't understand that. What's the logic behind this? As a man, it's easier for me to see a man getting hit than a woman. I would agree if it was opposite sex doing the hitting, but two women that are trained fighters, professional fighters that have a skill level higher than the average men in the world have when it comes to fighting each other in a sport. You don't mind watching two women fence or judo or BJJ, but when it comes to actual contact, now we have to draw the line with women because they're so dainty and feminine that they can't fight. I mean, look, House, I love you, but I think that's a weird way to look at it. It's different, and I do agree with Stephen A. Smith on this. It's different when you want to start talking about, she could beat him up. Hold on. If she's willing to do that and he's willing to do that, it's fucking weird. Like, that's not a societal norm. But two women that train in a sport, and yes, MMA is a sport. It's a violent one. But then, it's like saying, well, I don't want to see women play football because I don't want them to see them getting hurt. And then they get pounded and, oh, man. I just think that we live in an age where we have to stop pretending like women can't do the same things that men do. And Carter said, I've never liked when people submit their personal opinions unless they're asked to do so. But that's kind of his thing, though. I guess it gets ratings because here we are talking about it and that leads to money, so they'll keep going. And then he said the ladies are making a living off of it. Why should they not be allowed to make a living? Yeah, I don't know why I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. Well, that's the other thing. Like, why? Why can't women fight each other? We'll allow men to do it. But, oh, no, these are ladies. We can't. No, they want to participate in the sport. They weren't forced into this. This isn't some fucking weird Jean-Claude Van Damme movie where he's overseas in a third world country and we're having to watch two women fight because they've been enslaved and that's all they're allowed to do now. This isn't Julius Caesar era Roman lions and fucking gladiators and shit. These are two women that walked to a gym one day and signed up. They paid $30 a month to be trained by a guy or girl in that gym that knew the sport and started to learn it and get better at it and have achieved a level of success that most people will never achieve in any sport in their life. Why shouldn't they be allowed to do that? What's the difference? There's no difference. There is no difference. And I understand what you're saying, House, but I'm telling you, I disagree with your logic on this because it's not a dude, punching a lady in the face. It is different. It is different. And if you will watch some of these women fight, they are amazing athletes. They have every right to be in that cage. Every right. Gina Carano. I mean, she wasn't the greatest, but she wasn't bad. That's exactly what you're saying. Oh, you meant that they don't have the skills and abilities. Okay. There's a difference. See, again, words. It's all context. That's exactly what Stephen A. is saying. He doesn't want to see them fight. But what you're saying is no one is saying they don't have the skills. I'm exactly what I'm saying. They do have the skills. So why shouldn't they be allowed to? Hal said it was personal opinion that he doesn't like to see it. So he personally doesn't like to watch it. Nothing in his statement says that they shouldn't be allowed, can't, don't have skills, etc. I mean, look, again, it's right there. I don't want to see women punching each other in the face. I don't want to see women fighting in the octagon and stuff like that. But that's just me. I don't think that's cool. Well, that's the whole men thing. I don't know. It just comes across as very sexist to me. Had he chosen his words a little more wisely and said, I don't like watching women hurt each other. It bothers me in my core. There's something disturbing about watching a woman have violence thrust upon her, whether it be by a man or another woman, and whether it be sanctioned or not. Those are different words, House. Those are different words. But what he said sounds like, I don't want to see that. I don't like that. Marsha said, but I think some of the detriment that can come from someone who is so widely known to share such an opinion is that it can validate other views. Well, that's another good point. But I mean, look. Now, Joel. But I look, House, I do understand. I understand your point of view and your reference because you've made that clear. My point is that the way Stephen A said this, there's a lot of room for interpretation. You read it one way because you happen to agree with him. If that's the way he intended it, I read it completely different. When I read that quote, it sounds to me like, I don't want to see women in the ring. I don't need to see that. I mean, I wouldn't ban it, but I don't want to see that shit. Get them out of there. The pugilistic sports. Like when you start using shit like that, now you're just being like, well, this is above a woman. That's how I read it. Now, maybe that's the dude being raised by two women coming out in me. Being a little defensive about it. But it came across to me as chauvinistic at the very least. No, he said he wouldn't try to ban it. It's different. It's different, House. This is all interpretation. Stephen A. Smith talks like the Bible. There's 1,000 different meanings to his words, but I didn't read that. I read that he was like, now, I wouldn't like make a law, but I don't want to see it. There ain't no place in it here. Total Dallas. I read it and thought, why would you say that out loud? See, it's all interpretation. So Amos and KD and House read it one way, and me and Marsha and Tony and a few others read it a different way. It's a poor take. It's a very poorly worded take. And the way that I interpreted it, it's the fucking stupidest take ever. And I promise you, let me find the article. He said, clearly this has been something on his mind for quite some time because there was no reason for him to even speak about what he did not like with women in the combat sport when the conversation was trying to uplift them and shine light on their accomplishments. There's the other part of the context. The question was, are we going to see more of this? This is interesting to me. This is kind of all happened kind of at the same time. What's your take on that? So Wilmore, this was on Black on the Air. It's a podcast. Conversation between Larry Wilmore and Stephen A. Smith. Wilmore touched on women breaking barriers as he cited MLB's first general manager and Becky Hammon being the first woman to act as an NBA head coach. So Wilmore said, are we going to see more of this? And in the answer, Stephen A. Smith said, I don't want to see women fight. I mean, all this other stuff is great. They're smart. They're knowledgeable. They're probably better than a lot of their male counterparts in those positions. I don't want to see women's fight. And that's the point the author was making. Nobody asked you that. You just threw that out there on your own? Where is that coming from, Stephen A? Why would you bring that up? Here, I'll post it. I'll post it in the chat, and I will post it in the, since we're having such a heated debate about it, I'll post it in the description of the show. That way you guys can find it and draw your own conclusions by all means. I'm not here trying to tell you what to think. I'm giving you my opinion. That's my job on this show. And I read that to be very sexist because of the way he worded it and the words that he chose. So I'm pasting the link in it's right under the thing. You'll see it. It's right under the headline. Stephen A. Smith goes crazy rant wanting to see women fighting in the UFC or not wanting to see women fighting in the UFC. So that's on the description as well. So go read it. It seems to kind of come out of nowhere. And even if it was in context of, hey, Stephen A. Smith, what is your thoughts on women fighting, on women's MMA? Brandon Martinez House hates women's sports. No, he was not. He was not. Now you're just, no, that's on the fucking quote that I have. It's right there. No shit, he mentioned that. I don't think that's cool. He says, what I would adamantly be against is them fighting men. I don't think that's cool. Yeah, nobody does. Oh, you're such a brave guy for saying men shouldn't fight women in the octagon. It's right there, House. It's right there. So, some stupidity from Stephen A. Smith. Also, they simulated Madden. The official Madden 21 simulation of the Super Bowl. In that simulation, the Chiefs beat the Bucks 37-27. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes scored the go-ahead touchdown in the simulation in the fourth quarter with a 12-yard run to give KC a 34-27 lead. They would later add on a field goal. So if you believe Madden, which Walt, that's so great. By the way, Walt, it was hilarious last night when I was fucking with you about watching Kiki's stream. I had to let her know. I was like, Kiki, I love Walt and you, and I don't give a shit. I'm fucking with Walt and I'm fucking with you. That's what we do. When we play Call of Duty, we do this. Please don't take it serious. When I'm fucking with you about viewers and stuff, trust me. My motto on this has always been there's enough for everybody. Everybody can eat. Don't take it serious. She's like, I didn't. I know. But I was like, y'all don't know. I mean, Kiki, Walt's my dude. Don't trust me. Trust me on that. So I thought that was funny. Anyways, so they simulated this. Madden got it right last year and this year, but they had missed the previous two. Who is Dano? Even Dano is starting to get super annoying. Who is Dan? Who are you talking about, CC? Who is Dano? I don't know what you're talking about. This is hilarious. Incarnate don't know about the chat. I know, buddy. But she didn't, so I had to explain to her. Dan Orlovsky. So Ray wants to know, when is Oliver going to make his pick? We're going to do that during the pregame show on Facebook. What I'm going to do, the way I'm going to do this, by the way, I totally forgot to tell you guys about the recipe swap. I'm sorry, Jen. I was supposed to mention it at the beginning of the show and at the beginning of the second hour and at the end of the show. So here's a couple of updates on the big game party. So Oliver's going to make his Super Bowl pick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put two of the same foods in a bowl. And two bowls. He's got a bowl where it's water and food side by side in this little wood thing. I'm going to put one is going to be the Chiefs, one's the Bucks, same food, same amount. I'm going to set it there. I'm going to hide him and then let him go to it. And whatever he chooses to eat is his Super Bowl pick. That's going to happen pre-show. I'll probably have to pre-record it because he won't cooperate if I turn it on live. And we'll all just be sitting there fucking waiting on this cat to do something he won't do. So I'll probably record it, but play it pre-game because it wouldn't make sense to play it during the game. So that'll be on the Facebook pre-game, and then we're going to switch over to Twitch for the actual game. So I'm going to stream about an hour on Facebook leading up to the Super Bowl, and then the Super Bowl I will be streaming on Twitch. So I hope you guys will hang out with me. Let's have fun. You guys are going to be a part of this, and here's how. The recipe swap. Jen and I talked about this today, and she kind of had a better concept for it. So here's what we're going to do. So for the recipe swap, we talked about partnering you up. Nay. Here's what we're going to do. You guys are going to email Jen at jen@barryondeck.com and just let her know, hey, I want to be in on the recipe swap. Here's my recipe. Because we need to approve the recipe because I don't need some of you sons of bitches submitting like, so you get a hog and you dig a hole. And then you put the hog in the hole and you cover it with leaves and then you come back in 3 days. No, bitch, we're doing this. Like, we're going to do this on Friday. We're going to start passing this shit out. So it needs to be Super Bowl, like finger foods, dips, easy to make recipes. Don't be fucking no pot roast. None of that bullshit. Wings, dip, shit like that. So Jen's going to have to approve it. Because if you come up with some complicated bullshit, she's going to be like, no, fam, come back. So once you submit the email with your recipe, you're in. You're in. And what we're going to do is we are going to randomly, everybody's going to be assigned a letter or a number. We don't know what yet. And then we're just going to randomly divvy that up. So let's say, I'm just going to use names that I see here. So D Mata submits a recipe for, I don't know, cheese dip. And then Tony is like, I submit a recipe for chicken wings. And then Incarnate One submits a recipe for spinach dip. That's going to be a 1 and a 2 and a 3, and then we're going to divvy it up. So D Mata might get Tony's, Tony gets gets Incarnate, and Incarnate gets D Mata's. So it's not going to be a pairing anymore. You're all going to be on your own. You're going to get a random recipe, and you're not going to know whose recipe it is. So you're going to get a random recipe from somebody in the pool. Then you're going to make that recipe, and you're going to come with me on the show for a minute. You have 30 seconds to a minute to give your opinion on the recipe. I liked it. It was good. It was difficult to make. It was easy to make. And then you're going to give it a 5-star rating, 1 through 5. It was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you bounce, and we're going to bring in the next participant. So you're never going to know whose recipe you have until it's all done. And the reason we're doing it this way is because some of you will be like, oh, that's that person? Nah, fuck that person. I'm just going to shit on their food no matter what because it's funny. So we're not doing that. We want it to be legitimate, your opinion on the food. Okay? So please, I'll explain all this again. Email Jen at barryondeck.com. She'll have some of the rules for you as well. But if you want in on this, and you want to be a part of the pregame show and have your 30 to 60 seconds to give your opinion on the food, let us know. Now, the other thing I'm going to ask you to do is not say in the chat or on the Discord or anywhere else what recipe you're submitting, D Mata, house, because that kind of ruins the anonymity of it. God damn, P. Jones. P. Jones said, so no stuffed bell pepper, shrimp stew, and red beans and rice with cornbread. I mean, maybe just the cornbread or the stuffed bell peppers or the red beans and rice, but goddamn, no. Not all that. That's too much. One dish that someone like my stupid ass could make in a decent amount of time. It's going to be fun, though. We're going to have a good time. The trivia is going to be a fun time. The bingo is going to be fun. We've already got the squares. It's going to be cool. So we're going to do an hour on Facebook pregame where we do the recipe swap and talk. And I'll ask as you do your recipe who you think is going to win. We'll get that in. And then we'll bounce over to Twitch and watch the game together. You'll hear my commentary on the commercials and the game. We'll talk shit in the chat. All that stuff. Should be fun. AR Platinum said, I think we need to have Juggalo Trey's people read opinions on the food. I got to tell you guys, AR Platinum is obsessed with Juggalo Trey. He is absolutely obsessed. Half of our conversations is him talking about involving Juggalo Trey in some form or fashion. As much as KD is obsessed with Harden, AR Platinum is obsessed with Juggalo Trey. I wouldn't even think that, dude. I love Trey. But AR Platinum is immediately like, Juggalo Trey's got to be involved in this. We're good, fam. We'll make it without him. P. Jones, damn, keep it hot. I'm on my way. Joe Pro said he likes that. And no, that wouldn't count on here, Nora. Yeah, I wouldn't. She's if she is on camera, she ain't saying a word. So this is gonna be fun. Spread the word. Bring a friend. Yeah. Don't disappoint me. I don't want to be watching the Super Bowl with 2 people. Don't make an ass out of me. This should be fun. I want you guys to have fun. This is a way of all of us to hang out together. Since we can't do a watch party, we'll do one virtually. Almost what? Tory time. What the fuck is that? That don't make no sense. Okay, we got to get to this. It's already almost 3:40. I'm out of time here almost. So I wanted to discuss this a little bit. This is Hold on. God damn it. I do agree with you, Era Platinum. Guys should be famous. Incarnate One said KD's going to submit salty Cheerios. You're a dick. KD left. He got mad. He's like, fuck this chat. Bunch of dicks. KD, did you leave, buddy? Did you leave us? House is going to leave because he's mad at me because I disagreed with him. What's up, Marty? Just running off KD and House. They got mad at me. What you going to do? So let's talk about this. The history. See, and this is exactly why we're not telling you whose is whose, because y'all will just dog the shit out of House for no reason. I'm not having it. The history of Black History Month. I found this to be fascinating. I didn't know a lot of this. So when I was reading this article, I was like, wow, that's really interesting. I bet a lot of people don't know this. And this article talked about all of these things. It talked about who came up with Black History Month, who fought for Black History Month to make it be, why is Black History Month celebrated in February? There's a lot of jokes, comedians and stuff talking about, oh, of course, this is the shortest month. I'm going to tell you why. What is the theme of Black History Month 2021? And do other countries celebrate Black History Month? So let's talk about all of those. Who came up with Black History Month? In 1915, Harvard historian Carter G. Woodson and minister Jesse E. Moreland founded what is today known as the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. And the whole purpose of it was just to bring awareness to the African American people who had made contributions to society, but had been forgotten about, that aren't talked about, that were swept under the rug or ignored because they were Black. So in 1926, the men were looking for a way to make those people that had been forgotten known to be their accomplishments public. And so they began Negro History Week, as it was called. Before Black History Month was an entire month, it says, it only celebrated for 1 week in February. It wasn't until the 60s that colleges and universities began to expand the recognition of African American history to the full month of February. It was made an official national holiday in 1976 by President Gerald Ford and became a month-long celebration that we now know today. So who fought for it? The movement was led by Woodson, who I mentioned earlier, Carter G. Woodson, who was the son of former slaves, and the second African American to earn a doctorate from Harvard. So the movement began as a week, quickly spread through colleges and universities until it became a month. Woodson established the Journal of Negro History in 1916, and the what is this? I want to see the full word here. And the Negro History Bulletin in 1937. As a means of giving Black scholars a place to publish their research and findings on the history of African Americans in this country. So now the question, why is it celebrated in February? The reason it is celebrated is because that's the birthday of two men in particular that were considered important to and celebrated by the Black communities. Abraham Lincoln was born February 12th. And a lot of people, we don't really know the true date of Frederick Douglass's birth, but he celebrated his birthday on February 14th. So because of that, both men were widely celebrated by the Black community at the start of Negro History Week in 1926. And thus, that's why it stayed in February. So what is the theme? Because every year, Black History Month has a different theme. And this year's theme is the Black family, representation, identity, and diversity. And it explores the disbursement of the African and African American families because of the slave trade. And it talks about it says the families offer a rich tapestry of images for exploring the African American past and present. And so it says, do other countries celebrate Black History Month? Yes. Though the practice of celebrating Black History Month originated here in America, other countries do celebrate. Canada celebrates it in the month of February. The UK and the Netherlands and Ireland all celebrate it in October. I didn't know most of that. I found that to be fascinating. Because I'll be honest, I mean, as a comic, you do hear a lot of jokes in February about Black History Month and, oh man, or you'll hear like a Hispanic comic be like, man, at least y'all got a month. We got Cinco de Mayo. It's all these jokes that comics make. And I always did wonder, why is Black History Month in February? So I was fascinated to find out it was because of the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. I didn't know it started as a week. Tony said we got September. I didn't know it started as a week. I had no idea. And I didn't know it started that long ago. So I found out all to be interesting. I encourage you to, look into the theme, the Black family, representation, identity, and diversity. There's a lot of good links out there. Educate yourself. Learn a little bit about another culture. You'll be surprised what you learn. Hey, no worries, Incarnate. We try to educate on here. We try to do our part. Hell, I remember back after the murder of George Floyd, Virginia Buttonweed helped me put together a thing that's still on the Barry on Deck website. It's called Be Better. And it just tells you ways that you can get involved in the community, ways that you can educate yourself and your children when it comes to racism in this country and racial diversity in this country and acceptance of other people. And I just go to barryondeck.com and you'll see it. It's right there at the top. It just says Be Better. And it talks about how you can be better. And I learned a lot from that. And it was a really cool thing. And Virginia Buttonweed even said, he was like, bro, this was cool exercise because he put them all together. He was like, this was a really cool exercise for me. I sat down with my kids. We learned a lot. I didn't know this stuff. And it's, this is how you solve some of the problems in this country, is just through education. Just by educating yourself and getting the real education, the real history, the real story, not a whitewashed version of it or something that people didn't want to talk about in the history books. The truth. Because sometimes the truth does hurt. Sometimes the truth, I'll tell you from me personally, as a white person, sometimes I'm ashamed of my ancestors and what we did. It's not white guilt. It's a natural to be like, think about that. If your great-great-grandfather was Hitler, or your, Jeffrey Dahmer is your uncle, you're going to have a certain amount of shame. So I think it's okay for white people. No, you don't have to have white guilt. No one's asking you to do that. But it's okay to be like, man, I was reading. Actually, it was a show on ABC 13. It was a news story. Katie said, I enjoyed this. I was scared that he was that we were about to hear Barry sound like one of the middle school kids. And then Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. No, I wanted to get the gist of the article. So yeah, I was reading more than I normally would. But yeah, I try not to be that guy that just reads you the articles. That's the fucking worst. If you ever have a radio dude do that, change the dial. It's awful. But sometimes for the sake of accuracy and history and education, you want to read the majority of it to get it right. And that's okay. The amen to that, Rev. I'm just glad. Why don't we get a month guide and show up? Fuck. Again, look, I'm not telling you to, you should be ashamed of being white. No. Because we did not do this. But it's up to us to educate ourselves as to what did go on in this country and the truth. In fact, as I was mentioning earlier before I got sidetracked by the squirrels in the chat, I was watching a story on ABC 13 during David Muir, who I love, by the way. I think he does a great job. He seems so sincere. But it was the story of an African-American African-American high school. I forget what state it was, but they had won the state championship. And because it was an all-black team, they were never given a ring. They were never given a ceremony. They were never even really recognized as the state champions. They basically just said, wasn't a white team. Doesn't count. And those men that played that sport never got recognized. And so in the story, the state finally corrected that wrong and held a ceremony and presented them with rings. Was it in Texas? Presented them with rings recognized their championship and gave them the glory that should have been bestowed upon them like every other team was getting at the time and has gotten since then. And that is what I mean by educate yourself, know the real history, know the truth of how we treated African Americans in this country. You don't have to feel guilty about that, but let's right that wrong if we can. And they did. And that is what it's all about. DeMonta says what we need in America is a Native American holiday or Heritage Month. Katie said November is Native American Heritage Month. Touche. I think Nora, along with being her parents and her great, I don't know, I always get it mixed up, but I think like she's second or third generation American. And most of her family came over from Mexico. But I think that there is even just looking at her, she's got a very, you can see Native American in their family somewhere. And look, all white people are like, I'm 195th Cherokee. Man, shut the fuck up. Like, my family tried that shit. No, your great grandma was a full-blooded Cherokee. And then we do the fucking 23andMe and they're like, man, she was Scottish, you stupid motherfuckers. White people are always doing that shit when it comes to Native Americans. Now you want to talk about the real white guilt? That's where that shit comes in. I mean, look, we showed up and stole all this shit. But I think I'm 199th. Man, shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. My family did it. I'm not saying you white people. I'm saying my white people did that shit. Barry, you know, if you would have been born sooner, you could have got a scholarship. No, the fuck I couldn't. No, the fuck I couldn't. Stupid asses. Just because y'all lived in Oklahoma. God damn it. Juan said Mexicans and descendants are mestizo, a mix of Spanish and natives. Guessing that's why we are at war within ourselves. Cece said, I feel attacked. Me and my 7% Irishness. Oh, Incarna said, Mary, that might explain your patchy facial hair. I've always thought that's why I wasn't hairy. Turns out I just got poor genes. I got my grandma's beard. Not the Cherokee grandma, the Cherokee grandma. Oh, man. Turns out she wasn't Indian. She just hated people that littered. Oh, my God. I can't believe I made that joke. That would have been, I need to write that down for the stage. That's a good-ass stage joke. Where's my pen? Sorry, guys. When inspiration strikes, you write it down. Grandma, not... And you guys just saw the genesis of a joke. We'll see if there's anything there. We'll try it, see how it goes. I'm sure all the white guilt in the room will go, what? You can't say that. A funny thing is a buddy of mine, Connor Hogan, he drops in from time to time during the show. He did his 23andMe. He was like, I'm 99% Irish and 1% badass. Like, he thought for sure that he was fucking Irish, Irish. Like, he just knew. He's like, my name is Connor Michael Hogan. I'm redheaded. I drink a lot. I'm a drunk. I fucking fight a lot. I'm angry. Like, you don't get more Scottish than that. That motherfucker's like 93% Norwegian or some shit. He's like, God damn it. I'm a Viking, not a Scot. Jesus. Oh, it's the funniest shit. The funniest shit. That's the thing, man. That 23andMe will fuck you up. You start thinking you got something in you. You're like, yeah, my whole life they told me I'm this. Then you get that shit back. You're like, what the fuck? England? No wonder I don't season my food. Shit. Or whatever it is. I should tell y'all a personal story, but oh my God, if they ever found out I told y'all, My family would. I already talk enough shit about my family. I'm not going to do it. Have y'all done the 23andMe? We only got a couple minutes left in the show, so I'm not going to go into another topic. Have y'all done the 23andMe? How many of you have done it? I'm curious because what I liked about it is that you did the Ancestry one, yeah. That's I think what I did. Ancestry.com. You should, Reverend. You absolutely should. You might be Italian and related to the Pope. I mean, that's not how it works, but you never know. Donna, why aren't you doing this? Joe Pro said, I think 23andMe likes to fuck with people. That'd be funny if they were like, you're 100% African, Joe Pro. Joe Pro's like, what? How come I didn't get the penis to go with this Congo body? Huh? That'd be so great. I highly recommend you. Ray, you did it? I highly recommend. Nora did it. Nora and I both did it. I was more surprised, I think, than Nora. But my mom had done a ton of genealogy already, so we kind of knew. But yeah, shit, if Nora and I ever had a kid, that some bitch is going to be 1% of everything. Your brother did one. Turns out he wasn't your brother. That'd be fucking hilarious. Turns out we ain't related. Barry has 0 Congo in his DNA. Fact. Way more Asian blood than I thought. Jessica said, I swear if I do it, it would just come back with a note saying, basic white bitch. That's not a category. Y'all are a bunch of assholes. That's so funny, Jessica. They're like, yo, you are fucking 99% basic white bitch and 1% Scandinavian. You're like, what the fuck? Don't make your stupid Scandinavian joke, House. Oh, PK is Scandinavian. Look at that. We figured out some stuff. More Scandinavian than we thought. Okay. I'm 60% Hispanic, 40% Congo. Bitch, you 100% lie, Frank. You 100% lie. Oh, that's funny, man. My pop did, and we come from Barcelona, Spain. That's dope. That's dope. Damn. PK, 40% German, 40% Scotch, Irish, and 20% Scandinavian. Mine was like 3 or 7% North Africa, fucking 10%. No, it was a lot German. Like my whole dad's side of the family. In fact, there's a Castle Laminack in Germany. In our family, the story goes the Laminacks were kicked out of Germany because the Laminack man had an affair. He fucked around on his wife and that got him kicked out. And he was like a multiple time adulterer or whatever. So they were like, bro, you have got to stop fucking all these German women. Get out of the country. Like literally. So then the Laminacks came and we started in like the South, I think. I think we started in the Northeast and then migrated to like, well, I don't know. We have a big contingent of Laminacks in the South now. You know, big Oklahoma and Alabama, but I think there's Georgia. There's another Barry Laminack in Georgia. I think he's been arrested too. So, yeah, we got kicked the fuck out of Germany. D-Mata said, I ain't doing it. I don't want to find out I have missing kids. Got to wrap it up, D-Mata. I think that's why a lot of dudes don't do it. Hey, have you done Ancestry.com? No, fam. I'm good with the kids I know. No, thank you. Hey, this is a fun show. Thank you, guys. Seriously. For those of you that send something in, Jimmy John, Christopher Pelk, House that's going to, Josh that sent money, Alan Denson, thank you for this. The rest of this stuff is for the kids, but this is for me, and I'm fucking loving it. If you sell these, you need to let me know. I'll pump it for you, buddy. Do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. Hit that thumbs up. And do me another favor. Maybe tell a friend about the show. Tell them, hey, if you ain't got nothing to do from 2 to 4, or you just looking for something to do later, check it out, see if you like it. I'd appreciate that. So until tonight at 7 o'clock on Facebook, Food of Ages, me and John Wesley. Until then and until tomorrow, do me 3 favors, would you? Be safe. It's crazy out there. Be kind. We need more of that. And most importantly, love each other, regardless of what we look like. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Daddy's making a YouTube video!